Good morning to everyone and welcome to another update on the market. For today, I decided to cover euro versus US dollar. I will speak about the gold market, crude oil, Bitcoin versus US dollar, and dollar index. I will start with the euro versus US dollar first. What we have here is the hourly time frame, and something that I mentioned yesterday, that the market is likely to continue to trade to the downside. So we can see here after the FOMC yesterday, actually market tried to rally pre-FOMC, and then during the FOMC we got this downside move, and now market is trading below the support cluster, so below 1.0800 mark. And that's so far a good sign. We have the series of the lower highs and lower lows in the background. I can see here that market is building lower highs and lower lows, which is a clear sign of the downside trend pretty much from the beginning of this year. Now the next objective point and the most likely scenario is for the market to continue to the downside, and the next objective point is set at 1.0730 mark. If the market can break that level, then the next one important pivot level based on the price action in the background is set at the 1.0665 mark. In case of the upside, for example, some bigger rally, and if the market can trade again back into the 1.0890 or 900 and hold above, then there is a chance for the rotation up towards the 1.0985. If we speak about the gold market, gold market is still in the consolidation, and it's in consolidation almost for the whole year so far. We can see market is trading in some defined range, and we have supported to around 2000 mark and resistance around the 2065 mark. At this point, market is still holding this rising trend line, but in case of the downside breakout and the market can trade below 2027 and hold below, there is a chance for the downside movement towards 2010 and 2004. In case of the upside movement and let's say rebreak of 2065 and so and hold above, then there is a chance for the higher prices towards the 2086, or even try to test the pin bar at 2120 mark. So speaking of the crude oil market, we can see that rising trend line is broken. Market tried to rebuy this point, but it didn't have power to retest the high. So we can place the Fibonacci expansion at this point. I can see the 100% is 74.55, which is the secondary objective, and then third objective is around 7240 based on the projection. Based on the previous price action, we also have this important area here around 75.15. So overall, there is a chance for the downside movement on the crude oil. In case of if this will be a completion of this ABC, but I would like to see some big higher, stronger upside momentum, and then eventual break of let's say 78 and hold above, maybe a good sign for the retest of 79 or 80 mark. But that's an alternative scenario based on the current condition and price action. Now speaking of the Bitcoin versus US dollar, as I said also in my previous updates, there is a chance for the downside movement. We can see that clearly that resistance around 43,700 held pretty well. There was this lower low that market made, lower high and lower low on the hourly time frame, and so far market's potentially trying to clear this 41,400, and in the background we also can see a strong supply. So all of this movement here might be corrective, and we might see this secondary down lag if we observe this like a one whole downside lag, and this can be a secondary down lag. So potential retest of 38,500 might be in the play, or even lower. For example, there is a further momentum, even the area around 36,000, 35,000 mark. In case of the bigger rally and break of the I would say 44,000 and hold above, then this can open the door for upside scenario towards the 47,600. And the dollar index, you can see here that market during the FOMC there was a sell-off and then rejection. So now the dollar index is really into the resistance at 103.82, but it seems like the buyers are in control and there is a chance for the breakout. In case of this breakout and hold, there is a next destination for dollar index is around 104.20 and 104.50 mark. In case of the rejection and then hold below, there is a chance for rotation back into the support zone towards the 102.95. That will be everything for today, guys. I hope that you did enjoy. Have a good trading day and speak to you from tomorrow morning.